Have you ever felt excited about traveling again, only to be stopped by a quiet, nagging fear? The fear that your body won't hold up the way it used to. The fear that one unexpected medical issue could turn a relaxing getaway into a nightmare. The fear that something could go wrong, and no one will be there to help in time. If you're over 70 and thinking about traveling, you're not alone in feeling this. So many seniors dream of seeing new places in retirement. But what they don't always realize is how drastically travel can change after a certain age. Your energy, your immune system, even your ability to recover. All of it is different now. And unfortunately, many people only learn this after a vacation goes horribly wrong. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 hidden dangers of traveling after 70. The same dangers most people don't talk about until it's too late. But more importantly, I'll show you what you can do to stay safe, travel smart, and protect your health, your time, and your peace of mind. The final tip might just save you from one of the most common and costly mistakes seniors make while traveling. So don't miss it. If you're watching this and thinking, this sounds like me, then comment the number 1 below so I know you're here and that this message is reaching the right people. Please like this video to support content that helps protect your health. Subscribe and turn on the bell. So every week, you get practical tips to stay strong, safe, and independent. Your health matters, especially now. Let's get started. Number 1, heightened health risks and medical emergencies. One of the most pressing concerns for seniors who travel after 70 is the significantly higher chance of facing unexpected health complications. As we grow older, our bodies become less predictable. Conditions like heart disease, high blood pressure, and respiratory issues, manageable at home, can quickly spiral into emergencies when you're far from familiar care. At home, a doctor is just a call away. But on the road, especially in a foreign country or unfamiliar city, access to proper medical treatment can be delayed, limited, or confusing. What may have been a minor issue in your hometown could escalate into a serious, even life-threatening problem, simply because help isn't immediately available. For many seniors, this isn't just a hypothetical scenario, it's a reality. Long-haul flights can raise the risk of deep vein thrombosis, blood clots. Higher altitudes may challenge your heart and lungs, particularly if you have chronic conditions. Even mild dehydration or heat exhaustion, which younger travelers can recover from easily, can affect seniors much more severely. Older adults are also more vulnerable to infections. Traveling means exposure to new bacteria and viruses your immune system might not be prepared for. And sometimes, that's all it takes to derail an entire trip. Take the story of James, a 74-year-old lifelong traveler. He and his wife set out on a 2-week cruise, looking forward to a peaceful, low-impact vacation. But just 4 days into the journey, James began experiencing intense chest pain. The ship's medical team did what they could, but he desperately needed a hospital. Because they were far out at sea, he had to wait hours for an emergency evacuation to the nearest port. He survived, but it shook him deeply. What was meant to be a joyful escape turned into a harrowing experience. Later, he admitted that had he better understood the risks, he might have planned things differently. And there's another layer: medical insurance. Many seniors assume their usual health coverage extends internationally. Sadly, many find out too late that it doesn't. Without proper travel insurance, even routine care, let alone surgery or hospital stays, can cost thousands out of pocket. Some travelers return home not only with health challenges, but with massive medical debt. So how can you protect yourself? If you're over 70 and thinking of traveling, start with your doctor. Schedule a complete health evaluation. Talk through any risks. Make sure you bring all essential medications and spares. Research the healthcare system at your destination. And if you're going abroad, don't leave without travel insurance that includes hospital stays and emergency evacuation coverage. When it comes to your health, being proactive isn't just smart, it's essential. It could be the difference between a wonderful trip and a dangerous, costly crisis. Health is the foundation of freedom in your later years. But as you'll see in the next sections, it's not the only threat that can turn travel into turmoil. Number 2, greater risk of infections and environmental contaminants. One of the most underestimated threats seniors face while traveling after 70 is the elevated exposure to germs, viruses, and unfamiliar pathogens. From bustling airports to cramped airplane cabins, from packed public transport to unknown restaurants. These environments are a breeding ground for illness. For a young, healthy traveler, catching a cold or dealing with stomach bug may be nothing more than a minor inconvenience. But for older adults, those same infections can lead to serious health setbacks, sometimes even hospital stays or long-term complications. Just one trip can expose a senior to more viruses and bacteria than they would normally encounter in months at home. And for many, their immune system simply can't keep up. As we grow older, our immune defenses weaken naturally, making it harder to fight off even routine illnesses. Respiratory infections like the flu, pneumonia, or even a common cold can become far more dangerous. Studies confirm that seniors are significantly more likely to develop complications from infections, especially when exposed to new strains in unfamiliar regions. Airplanes are particularly problematic. With limited space and recycled air, passengers breathe in the same air for hours, often shoulder to shoulder with strangers from around the globe. It only takes one cough, one sneeze, one shared surface. Then there's the risk from food and water. Trying new cuisine is one of the joys of traveling. But for seniors, unfamiliar spices, local ingredients, and different cooking techniques can lead to unexpected digestive issues. Infections like norovirus, E. coli, or salmonella can have devastating effects on older adults, causing dehydration, weakness, and a prolonged recovery period. Even something as seemingly harmless as drinking tap water or eating salad rinsed in local water can result in severe stomach problems. While locals may be used to certain microbes, travelers have no such immunity, and the danger doesn't stop at food. Hotel rooms, public restrooms, rental cars, places that look clean can still harbor germs on surfaces like doorknobs, elevator buttons, or seat belts. Seniors who depend on walkers, canes, or other mobility aids often touch these high-contact areas more frequently, putting themselves at even greater risk. So how can seniors reduce these risks if travel is essential? Preparation is everything. Wearing a mask in crowded spaces, washing hands often, and keeping hand sanitizer within reach are basic but powerful habits. Drink only bottled or properly filtered water. Avoid raw food unless you're confident in its safety. Stick to meals that are fully cooked and served hot. And if you're heading overseas, be sure to receive any recommended vaccinations. Always carry medications to manage symptoms like nausea, diarrhea, or respiratory discomfort. The bottom line, you can stay healthy on the road, but demands awareness, preparation, and a cautious mindset. Still, even though health is a major concern, it's not the only risk. The next danger we'll talk about affects not only your body, but also your energy, your recovery, and your overall ability to enjoy the trip. Number 3, travel fatigue and the struggle to bounce back. There's a unique kind of excitement that comes with planning a trip. The thrill of seeing new places, trying new foods, and escaping the routine. But for those over 70, that excitement can quickly be replaced by unexpected exhaustion. What many seniors don't anticipate is just how demanding travel can be on an aging body. Long-haul flights, early morning departures, navigating crowded airports, shifting time zones, and walking for hours. All of these take a physical toll that's hard to bounce back from. In younger years, a single night of sleep could reset your energy. Now, fatigue doesn't just pass. It lingers, sometimes for days, even weeks, and impacts everything from your strength to your mood. When the body is worn down, it doesn't just feel tired. It becomes vulnerable. Immune response slows, balance and coordination decline, and the risk of falls, illness, or injury grows dramatically. One of the biggest challenges seniors face while traveling is poor sleep. Whether it's an unfamiliar mattress, noisy hotel neighbors, or the effects of jet lag, getting restful sleep on the road can feel impossible. But sleep deprivation is more than just a nuisance. It impairs mental clarity, weakens your immune system, and raises the risk of heart complications, especially in older adults. Research shows that seniors take longer to adjust to new time zones, meaning jet lag often lasts longer and hits harder. That kind of lingering exhaustion can turn a joyful vacation into a draining ordeal. Then there's the physical strain. Hours spent sitting in airplanes, buses, or trains can cause muscle stiffness, joint swelling, and increase the likelihood of blood clots. For those with arthritis or circulation issues, the pain and discomfort may last long after the journey ends. Even after arriving, the physical demands don't stop. Sightseeing, carrying luggage, walking long distances, and trying to keep pace with tour groups can quickly become overwhelming. What starts out as a dream vacation can rapidly become a physical challenge just to get through each day. Take Richard, for example, a 75-year-old retiree who had always loved to travel. He and his wife planned a 2-week overseas adventure, just like they used to. But after a 10-hour flight and a 6-hour time change, Richard was already worn out. By day 2, he found it hard to keep up with walking tours, needed frequent rest breaks, and struggled to stay alert. Just as he began adjusting, the trip was over, and instead of returning with cherished memories, he came home utterly exhausted, needing weeks to recover. Another overlooked issue is staying nourished and hydrated. Seniors often struggle to maintain their regular diet while traveling. Unfamiliar cuisine can lead to digestive upset, and staying hydrated is easily forgotten amidst a packed schedule. But dehydration alone can cause fatigue, dizziness, and mental fog, all of which make travel harder than it needs to be. When you add disrupted sleep, physical exhaustion, and poor hydration together, it's no wonder many older travelers end up feeling worse after a trip than before it started. So what can be done? If travel is unavoidable, it's essential to plan with your body in mind. Build in ample time for rest. Stay hydrated. Avoid cramming your itinerary with non-stop activities. Choose shorter flights with breaks in between. Bring healthy snacks. Make time for naps. And most importantly, know your limits. Adjust your travel plans so they honor your body, not challenge it. Because at the end of the day, a vacation should leave you feeling fulfilled, not needing recovery. Number 4, increased risk of falls and serious injury. Among the most serious yet often overlooked dangers of traveling after 70 is the heightened risk of falls and physical injuries. As we grow older, our reflexes slow down, balance becomes more fragile, and bones naturally lose density, all of which make us more susceptible to accidents that could have lifelong consequences. A simple slip in your living room might result in nothing more than a bruise. But a fall in an unfamiliar setting, like a crowded street, a cruise ship deck, or a historic site with uneven flooring, can lead to broken bones, emergency surgery, and even long-term disability. What many seniors don't anticipate is how unfamiliar or inaccessible travel environments can truly be. Dimly lit staircases, slick tiles, uneven cobblestones, or steep hills can all present hazards that don't exist in the comfort of home. And in many countries, emergency response times are slower, medical care isn't as advanced, or language barriers can make receiving help more complicated, causing even small injuries to worsen before they're treated. Take Linda, for example, a 78-year-old woman who had always dreamed of seeing Europe. She walked daily back home and considered herself active and independent. But when she arrived in Italy, she quickly learned that navigating its ancient, uneven streets was far more difficult than expected. One evening, she stepped off a curb in a poorly lit alley, lost her footing, and suffered a hard fall that broke her hip. She was rushed to the nearest hospital, where doctors informed her she would need immediate surgery. Not only was her trip abruptly cut short, but she also spent months recovering after returning home. Physically, emotionally, and financially, what was meant to be the journey of a lifetime became a painful chapter she wished she could forget. Fatigue adds another layer of danger. Travel often involves long days with little rest, irregular meals, and interrupted sleep, all of which diminish balance, alertness, and coordination. When your body is tired, even a small misstep can become a big problem. And for those with arthritis or joint pain, long walks through airports or historic neighborhoods can cause swelling, instability, and discomfort, increasing the odds of an unexpected fall. So, what could be done to lower the risk? Start by selecting destinations that are senior-friendly, with flat terrain, well-maintained walkways, and accessible transportation. Avoid places with known obstacles like cobblestones or uneven stairs. Invest in supportive footwear with proper grip, and consider using a walking stick or cane for added stability, especially in unfamiliar terrain. Make rest a priority. Don't push through fatigue. Taking care of your body isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Most importantly, be honest with yourself about your limits. No travel experience, no matter how exciting, is worth jeopardizing your mobility or your independence. Number 5, the overlooked burden, financial risk, and inadequate travel insurance. When we think about the dangers of travel after 70, our minds often go straight to health. But one of the most devastating and unexpected threats isn't physical. It's financial. Many older adults step into their long-awaited vacations, assuming their health insurance or personal savings will be enough to protect them if something goes wrong. But in reality, that sense of financial security can crumble the moment an emergency strikes. Medical crises abroad, sudden trip cancellations, or being the target of a scam. All of these can drain your finances faster than you ever imagined. For seniors on a fixed income or a carefully managed retirement budget, a single unexpected event can transform a joyful escape into a lasting financial burden. One of the biggest and most expensive risks is medical care overseas. What many seniors don't realize is that most domestic health insurance plans offer little to no coverage once you're outside your home country. So if you become sick or injured while traveling, you may be forced to pay thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars out of pocket. This is especially true if you require an emergency evacuation by air to the nearest qualified hospital. That kind of service, though life-saving, can come with a shocking price tag. And it's not just health emergencies that carry a heavy cost. Many seniors plan their trips months in advance, hopeful and excited, expecting their health will hold steady. But life is unpredictable. Illness can strike without warning, requiring a trip to be canceled at the last minute. Unfortunately, airlines, hotels, and cruise lines are rarely forgiving. Their cancellation policies can be strict, and refunds may not be offered at all. Without proper travel insurance that includes trip cancellation protection, the money you spent, often thousands of dollars, could be lost for good. Then there's another danger that few like to talk about: scams and fraud. Elderly travelers are often easy targets for criminals. Whether it's a fake taxi, inflated prices for basic services, or more elaborate schemes designed to steal credit card data, scammers know how to take advantage of a tourist who appears vulnerable or unfamiliar with their surroundings. And some scams are even more cruel. Fake hotel listings, fake tours, fake vacation packages, all designed to steal money and vanish without a trace. Consider George, a cautious 76-year-old who had saved for years to take a dream vacation to a tropical island. He did everything he thought was right. Booked online, double-checked his plans, and paid in full. But when he arrived, he was stunned to discover that the hotel didn't exist. He had been tricked by a convincing scam. His money was gone. With nowhere to stay, George scrambled to find last-minute lodging, spending twice his original budget just to have a place to sleep. What should have been a peaceful getaway turned into a stressful, expensive ordeal that followed him long after he got home. So how can seniors protect themselves from these kinds of financial shocks? First, check whether your current health insurance covers international travel. If it doesn't, and it usually doesn't, purchase a comprehensive travel insurance policy that covers medical emergencies, hospitalizations, and evacuations. Second, only book trips through trusted, reputable companies. If an offer seems too good to be true, it probably is. Third, be vigilant with your finances while abroad. Don't carry large amounts of cash. Keep your credit card information secure. And never share personal financial details with strangers or unverified vendors. Travel can absolutely be a joyful and enriching experience in your later years, but only if it approached with the caution and preparation it demands. The truth is, after 70, the stakes are higher. The cost of being unprepared, physically or financially, can be devastating. But that doesn't mean you have to give up your travel dreams. It just means you need to travel smarter. Number 6, difficulty adapting to modern technology. In today's world, travel is deeply intertwined with digital technology. From checking in online and navigating unfamiliar cities using smartphone maps, to making cashless payments and booking rides through mobile apps, technology has become a central part of the travel experience. For many seniors, however, this digital shift can feel confusing, intimidating, or even alienating. Tasks that may seem simple to younger travelers, like scanning a boarding pass from a phone or using a translation app, can become overwhelming for those who aren't comfortable with modern devices. This lack of familiarity often leads to frustration, dependence on others, or even vulnerability to scams. In busy tourist areas, scammers may target older adults who appear unsure or confused, exploiting their discomfort with digital platforms to trick them into sharing personal information or overpaying for services. Moreover, being unable to access key tools like online reservations, digital maps, or app-based emergency services can severely limit a senior's independence while traveling. What should be a seamless experience becomes stressful, and the joy of discovery is replaced by anxiety and disconnection. So, what can be done? For seniors who are planning to travel, it's essential to familiarize themselves with basic technology tools ahead of time, or travel with someone who can assist. Taking time to learn how to use essential apps for navigation, communication, translation, and payments can make a huge difference. Because in today's world, confidence with technology isn't just about convenience. It's a form of protection, empowerment, and peace of mind on the road. Number 7, language barriers and communication challenges. Traveling to a country where you don't speak the language is challenging at any age. But for seniors, especially those traveling alone or with limited experience abroad, communication difficulties can quickly become overwhelming and even dangerous. Simple tasks like asking for directions, ordering food, or reading signs can turn into stressful encounters. And in more serious situations, such as needing medical help, reporting a lost item, or finding your way after getting separated, the inability to communicate clearly can lead to confusion, delays, and a deep sense of vulnerability. Older adults may also struggle with digital translation tools that younger travelers often rely on. Without the ability to use these apps confidently, seniors are more likely to feel isolated and uncertain, particularly in fast-paced environments like airports, public transit, or emergency rooms. The emotional impact can be just as significant. Feeling lost, misunderstood, or helpless in a foreign country can lead to anxiety and diminish the sense of joy that travel is meant to bring. Take, for example, a senior traveler who finds themselves in a train station in a non-English speaking country. If they miss an announcement or misread a sign, they could end up on the wrong train, miss their stop, or become disoriented, with no easy way to ask for help. So how can this be prevented? Seniors planning to travel abroad should prepare by learning a few essential phrases in the local language and carrying written translations of key information, such as hotel addresses, allergies, and emergency contacts. Traveling with a bilingual companion or joining guided tours with language support can also reduce stress. And perhaps most importantly, being patient with oneself and acknowledging the challenge is key, because travel should be about exploration and enjoyment, not fear of not being understood. Final thoughts. Throughout this video, we've uncovered 5 critical reasons why traveling after the age of 70 carries unique and often underestimated risks. From sudden medical emergencies and physical exhaustion to infections, injuries, and unexpected financial burdens, each of these challenges has a potential to turn what should be a joyful escape into a stressful and at times dangerous experience. Yes, travel could be an enriching part of retirement, a chance to explore the world and enjoy hard-earned freedom. But the truth is, after a certain age, travel demands more than excitement. It requires foresight, preparation, and above all, honesty with oneself. So, should seniors stop traveling altogether? Not at all. But it does mean that the how and where travel must shift. Instead of long-haul flights and high-risk adventures, it might be wiser and more enjoyable to focus on shorter, more manageable journeys. Destinations that offer reliable medical care, accessible infrastructure, and less physical strain can still bring joy without compromising health or peace of mind. Travel should be something that lifts you up, not something you have to recover from. If you or someone you love is thinking about traveling after 70, take a quiet moment to reflect. Is your current health strong enough to handle the journey? Do you have comprehensive travel insurance that truly protects you? Have you chosen a destination that matches your physical needs and offers a safe, senior-friendly experience? These questions may not feel glamorous, but they are essential. Answering them honestly can prevent unnecessary stress, hardship, and even harm. Because in the end, living longer isn't just about adding years to life. It's about filling those years with wellness, dignity, and true peace of mind. And sometimes, choosing to stay closer to home or postponing a trip until conditions are safer is the wisest and most empowering decision you can make. Thank you so much for spending time with us today. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Please comment below and share one insight you gained or how this video might shape your next travel plan. If this message resonated with you, please take a moment to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone who may benefit. Your support allows us to keep creating meaningful content that protects, educates, and uplifts our senior community. Take care, travel wisely, and we'll see you in the next video.